Right, so Darwin, as I mentioned, a piece here from the residents of let me hang on. The residents of it's gone. Which one is it? This one. The residents of I deleted that one as well. Let's stop trying to do that bit, Craig. So Fakahes have said AC Milan are willing to offer as much as €60 million to sign Darwin Nunez, who will be allowed to leave Liverpool in the summer. What do we say? Would you take €60 million for Darwin from Milan? Yes or no? Now remember, I know you're all going to go, Saudi, 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 I want Saudi money. But maybe he doesn't want to go to Saudi. Let's assume that Saudi isn't an option for him right now. I think anybody saying 75 to 80 million, he's not worth it. Let's be honest, lads. He's not. You know, if we could get back most of what we paid for him, I wouldn't be too displeased. And speaking with journalists a month or two ago, and I mean a couple of different ones, I was being told anything 50 million upwards would be considered by the club. So, you know, the numbers here don't seem the most unrealistic in the world. You're probably going to try and knock them up a bit from that 60 million or throw in a sell-on clause or something on there. But I think you're getting into the realms of it becoming a conversation at 60 odd mil. Now that's euro, so that's about £52 million. True Fushnik said, is he worth 60 mil? 50 seems about right. That's euro. Remember? Euro. So it is about £52 million there or thereabouts. And look, we've got to be honest about it. His stock has fallen since he's coming to Liverpool. You know, he hasn't delivered for us. And people are going to know we're selling him because he hasn't worked for us. So, you know, if Michael Edwards can pull out a masterclass here and get more money, brilliant. The more money, the better. But let's say, for instance, he really wanted Milan and that was the move for him. You know, because there has to be a willing player in this as well. If two clubs can agree whatever, but if a player doesn't want to move, he's not going to take a move. So, you know, keep that in your minds as well. And look, maybe other offers will come out of the woodwork between now and the end of the season. Maybe he has a really good end to the season and you can stick another 5 or 10 mil on that price. I thought they turned down 70 mil. So that was a story again from, I think, Sam Maguire in Anfield sector. And that has been denied by The Athletic and a couple of other journalists who say there was an intermediary who tried to broker the idea of a Darwin sale to Saudi, but it never got to the offers and it never got to a number. I read that in The Athletic, I think last week. This is just silliness, right? So Turpy said £75 million are we keeping because he can be an amazing player for us. You know, not having a go at you for the first part. You're entitled to come up with whatever number you want there. But he can be an amazing player for us. I mean, I feel like we're just banging our heads against the wall there with that. It's been 2.5 years. Well, over 2 years now. And by the end of the season, it'll be 2.5 years. At what point are we going to say he hasn't been? You know, you can't keep talking potential forever. He's had 2 solid years at Liverpool and it just has not worked. So the idea that he can become something, it isn't going to happen. So I think we need to be realistic about that part. Would keep Darwin, said Mara. For what? Like, really, for what? At this point, if you paid like 30 or 40 million for Darwin, I would probably have a lot more sympathy to the idea of keeping him around. But you're talking about a deal that goes up towards €100 million. All in. There's no... Nah. I wouldn't be keeping him at that. It's been a failure. Unfortunately, and I take no pleasure in saying that, it just has not worked. Try a Joelinton type change for him. No. Why would we spend 80 odd million pound to shoehorn somebody into a position that we don't need filling? It's just weird. We don't need attacking mids. We have them. You know, trying to shoehorn somebody in whilst not having the cash then to bring in another centre forward. Like, do you remember who our owners are, right? It's not like we're Chelsea and we'll turn around and go, right, we'll make Darwin a central defence, or an attacking mid, and then we'll go out and spend 70-80 million pound on a striker. You know, we're dealing with FSG here. The first thing you'd be told is, well, there's no money. You know, don't be expecting a forward. Would you take 60 million for Darwin from Milan? Most people, 78% said yes, they would take €60 million from AC Milan for Darwin, and no, 21%.